Thank you for that generous introduction. I think I'm a little nervous because I'm following Preacher Moss's comedy set, and I don't think I'm as entertaining as him, but assalamu alaikum, and thank you for listening to me this evening. I'm here to introduce to you guys my organization, which is the Islamic Food and Nutrition Council of America, and also share with you why our organization supports the American Muslim health professionals. I think I've shared this information before, but I'm just going to recap that before food insecurity and health equity were ever mainstream ideas, IFANCA was meeting the needs of Muslim consumers worldwide in these areas. Our primary focus is R&D, where we work hard hand in hand with industry to meet the needs of Muslim consumers and governments and institutions around the world. They rely on us for our thought leadership. For example, until the mid-'80s, trade of consumer products, everyday consumer products, was inhibited globally because of the presence of alcohol in consumer products. And what IFANCA did is they developed the thought leadership and the methodology to measure the presence of alcohol in finished goods and really develop the level of acceptance. And once we laid out, we wrote the white paper on this, and once we laid out the guidelines, these were accepted by the most conservative governments, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, the Gulf countries, all accepted our thought leadership in this space. And today we have enabled trade around the world for consumer product goods that contain alcohol. And for those of you who know anything about product development, alcohol is ubiquitous in almost all consumer goods. We've also developed the traceability of gelatin in our pharmaceutical products. So when you see halal gel caps or pharmaceutical products that typically contain gelatin, we led the thought leadership in developing the traceability and making sure that the needs of Muslim consumers were being met. We also were the first organization to accept GMOs on a large scale for trade and develop the thought leadership on why and how and where GMOs are acceptable. Today, we have thousands of clients around the world. Some of our companies that are our partners are Pfizer, Merck, Abbott Nutrition, Mondelez, just to name a few. As an organization, we are guided by Islamic principles, and we take our philanthropy and our social impact work very seriously. Much of the work that we do is focused in three key focus areas. First is nutrition security, food security. Second is health equity. And the third is upholding Islamic institutions. Some of our social impact work, some of the organizations that we work with are like UNICEF. We've been a partner for UNICEF for the past several decades in delivering micronutrients to consumers around the world. And most recently, over the past several years, we are one of the key private sector faith-based partnerships that are eradicating polio globally. And if you guys know anything about polio, if we eradicate it successfully, it will be the second disease in the history of the world to be eradicated after smallpox. We have partners like the Gates Foundation, Rotary, the World Health Organization, and Gavi. And we're really excited about being in this last mile. And what's really important in this conversation is that our advocacy in this space has impact. Recently, you guys probably heard that there was a polio outbreak in Gaza. And in the history of the world, there's been very few instances where warfare has been ceased for a purpose. And delivering the polio vaccine to the people in Gaza was one reason why the Israeli army ceased warfare in Gaza. So we are proud to be a partner in working with UNICEF and building out that conversation. And we hope to use our advocacy, and we hope all of you join us in this advocacy to build space for health equity for Muslims globally for other issues that are endemic to our communities. We also provide an endowment to Texas A&M University, where we've developed the first food diversity program in the country. And what this food diversity So what this food diversity program does, so through this food diversity program, what we developed is a degree program where anybody graduating from this program is educated on the diverse dietary needs of people, whether it's halal, whether it's if you're diabetic, whether you need to eat gluten-free or you have allergens, or whether you eat kosher. We are training the next generation of students graduating from this program in these special areas. So when they go out into the world, they know how to meet the food security needs of these different individuals. We also work with the Organization of Islamic Schools in North America to make sure that each and every Islamic school is accredited, whether it's if they need better training for their teachers, or whether it's they need more more equipment, such as computers or MacBooks. And the reason for this is that no student graduating from an Islamic school should graduate from a school that's not accredited. And finally, I want to talk a little about AMP. AMP is an organization that's really dear to us, and we're really proud of the work that they do. I actually had the opportunity of attending the White House Conference on Hunger with my partners at AMP, and I'm so impressed at their ability to build advocacy in the highest levels of government. And when we walk in and we make a statement about the nutrition needs of our community, AMP has already laid the groundwork for us, and we need more organizations like AMP, and we need to support organizations like AMP to build out the groundwork for us, so when we say we need something, people understand at the highest levels of government. So thank you, AMP, for the great work that you do, and we look forward to working with you for many more years, and we hope everybody here supports AMP as well. Thank you.